I fucking love this movie. This movie is terrible. Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome to another review. Let's talk about The Wizard of Oz. Even though the books of Oz are popular, it's the 1939 film classic that we all think of when the word Oz comes up. It's the first film that as children we see, and it's a memorable childhood classic. Fantastic characters, amazing sets, memorable music, and still well-crafted special effects. Since then, there have been many other films that adapted the books, while only one other film is memorable. The 1985 film, Return to Oz by Disney, is a sequel picked up right after the 1939 film. And boy is it a dark piece of imagination. Decapitated munchkins, creepy pedo-looking characters called Wheelers, a couch with a moose head and wings. What the fuck? Yeah, this movie's really messed up. In fact, the only film that follows by film of the story is James Rolfe's animated film, The Wizard of Oz 3, Dorothy Goes to Hell. But I'm getting off track. It wasn't till almost 30 years later that Disney decided to make another Oz film. In fact, that's the film we're going to be looking at today. So let's follow the yellow brick road to this year's prequel, Oz the Great and Powerful. Oscar Diggs, played by James Franco, is a small-time circus magician with Dobus enthusiasts. He is suddenly hurled away from dusty Kansas by...
There's excitement going round, there's a party going down. It's coming! It's headed right for us! It's already here!
To the vibrant land of Oz. At first he thinks he's hit the jackpot. Fame and fortune are his for the taking. That all changes, however, when he meets three witches, Theodora, played by Mila Kunis, Evanora, played by Raquel Weisz, and Glinda, played by Michelle Williams, who are not convinced that he is the great wizard everyone's been expecting. Reluctantly drawn into the epic problems facing the land of Oz and its inhabitants, Oscar must find out who is good and who is evil before it's too late. Putting his magical arts to use through illusion, ingenuity, and even a bit of wizardry, Oscar transforms himself not only into the great and powerful Wizard of Oz, but into a better man as well. So, for a prequel to a film that's 75 years old, I thought it was pretty good. It did really well in returning me to Oz. It was colorful, creative, and fun to look at. It also felt like a Tim Burton movie with its score by Danny Elfman. Also, with Sam Raimi at the helm as director, it had a lot of comedy taken from the Evil Dead trilogy, which I really enjoyed. Though I will admit there are a few flaws with the movie, mostly with characters, but let's talk about the good ones first. Glinda was great, being sort of a comedic cute Galadriel character. The monkey was fun as well, almost had a Steve Buscemi tone. However, it was the China doll that stole the show, not only because of her cuteness, but holy shit, the CGI on her is incredible. It was so realistic that I swear I thought they had used animatronics. We need more CGI like that in a lot of films nowadays. Some very surprising cast members also play a role. Tony Cox from Bad Santa fame is funny as always, and Rachel Weisz's surprising role as the Wicked Witch of the East is well portrayed, showing her as the true villain. We even get a great witch duel at the end. Now here's the problems that I had with the film, which I don't mind but are worth explaining. First of all is Oz himself. Though he is the hero and kind of likable, he's a real fucking asshole, conning and lying to people constantly. What's worse is that he's a womanizer to every female character. He hits on all three witches and even bangs the Wicked Witch of the West. No, I'm serious. The Wizard of Oz fucks the Wicked Witch of the West. Those are words I never thought I'd hear, think, or say. Speaking of the Wicked Witch of the West, she's done very well in my opinion. They really set up her backstory good. How she became evil, how she got her looks, how she got her broom. They even give her a sympathetic backstory to make people feel sorry for her in the following film. Which is kind of a downer. The Wicked Witch of the West is the first villain that we see as children, and it's fitting that we feel fear and hatred over her. But now, oh, poor Wicked Witch, she's got a broken heart and is Darth Vader now. Oh, and speaking of Star Wars, again, in a follow-up review to Jack the Giant Slayer, there's sort of a master and apprentice between the East and West witches. West is played up as the Vader role, while East is an interpretation of the Emperor. I swear to God, when she's shocking Glinda with her green lightning, all I could play in my mind was this.
Master Yoda, you survived.
Surprised?
Your arrogance blinds you, Master Yoda. Now you will experience the full power of the dark side.
But anyway, back to the West. Her makeup is good and is a fun reenactment of the original. And how does Mina Kunis do? Well, I'll admit, once she becomes the Witch of the West, she looks too young for the role. I honestly think a bit of old age makeup could have made it better. This should bring us to the design of the film. For what it is, it looks great. The beginning of the film with its black and white full screen is well done. Though I would have gone for a sepia tone like the original, but no problem. The tornado effects are standard. Once we reach Oz, the screen actually opens up from full screen to wide, which looks awesome. It feels like Cinerama in a way. While most of Oz looks like table scraps from Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, a lot of things from the original film look updated and fun, like the Emerald City and Munchkinland. Even the Cowardly Lion makes a cameo. Also, most of the sets are built and look great on camera. One more problem I have with the film is its runtime, especially at the end. Don't get me wrong, what was in the film was great, but it could have been trimmed down. I was honestly shocked that the film turned out to be over 2.5 hours. And the ending, though I liked it, it really dragged. I was literally thinking to myself, okay, movie, why don't we wrap this up? Dorothy's probably in the tornado by now. So, do these errors make the film bad? No, they're passable, but noticeable. Overall, Oz the Great and Powerful is good fun. Though the two main characters are trying to look good, the others are great. The story is fun and truly tells the tale of a man thrust into a fantasy world to become a great and powerful Khan. Plus, it sets up the characters and plot points extremely well for the original. I would suggest the parents, though, to have the kids see it in 2D than 3D. Only a few less scares. It's a creative and fun prequel. I give it a 7 out of 10. So that's my review of Oz the Great and Powerful. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd say check it out. Now, if I can stay clear away from Return to Oz, I think I can sleep better tonight.
Come here.
Ah! Get it off! Get away! Ah! There's no place like home! 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 There's no Oh, my friends! I had the weirdest dream! I was reviewing Oz the Great and Powerful.
And how was it?
It was actually not bad. And you were there? And you were there?
Hey, if you're dreaming about me, I need to get a restraining order.
No! Oh, but you're all here, and this is my room, and we're all here in glorious sepia tone, and I ain't never going back to Oz ever again. Oh, my friends, there's no place like home. There's no place like...
Hey! What the hell's that?
When did we move to Kansas?
Well, you were in that coma for a long time. Let's just say you missed some stuff.
Oh God, it's a tornado! We're gonna end up in Oz! I don't want to go back to that scary-ass place!
I'll save you!
Bill Paxton?
My dull acting will kill this spinner! Dullus Actus!
Thanks, Bill Paxton!
Anytime! Now I must leave to be in James Cameron's Titanic 2. Not to be confused with that piece of shit from the asylum. Paxton, away!
And you were there, and you were there,
Are you dreaming about me?